Guys, I know I'm the worst. I haven't uploaded in at least 10 months, 9 months, something like that, since last April. I've gone through a lot, and I'm not trying to look for any kind of closure, or I don't want to make this sound really tragic. I have gone through a lot of things that have taught me lessons, could make for really great stories like the one I'm going to say in this video, and plenty of other things, and that's practically why I ended my channel or put it on pause, because I was running out of video ideas. I don't want to keep on uploading things that were just repetitive, like me just uploading videos on me going off and doing good in games, because it just was getting boring for me, and I'm for sure it was getting boring for you guys too. And like I said, I just went through a lot of things that didn't allow me to get the time to do the more creative things, like uploading really well produced and edited videos, or even putting minimal effort into them. I just wanted to record, slap a voice recording on there, and just upload it. If you want to make it on YouTube, obviously it requires a little bit more time than that, or at least that's what I felt. So that's why I decided to pause and not upload some really shitty stuff that no one would really watch, and really would gain me maybe at most like 100 subscribers or something like that. Now that I've gone through these things, I have plenty of stories to tell that you guys could learn from, that you could take things away from, and things that I definitely got out of them, like the one I'm about to tell you guys. The thing about this one is that it's really long, and I don't want to say it's confusing. I just have to catch you guys up to speed on a lot of things due to the absence that I have created for myself on YouTube. I'm just going to quickly tell you guys about the game. So this is Hardpoint on USS Texas. For many of you that have played this game, it is kind of difficult to get on a streak on this map, especially with this game mode, due to you always rushing at the hill and trying to keep the enemy out of the hill. But I was really close to getting a 30 gun streak. I choked really bad. I think this is the closest I've gotten even till this point. There's a little bit of old gameplay too, by the way. This was when I was back in college, or I was still in my dorm. So the internet there isn't the greatest. My roommate was going ballistic in the background as I was slowly approaching the 30 kill mark, and I obviously choked. That's basically what this gameplay is. And now let's just get into the story. Towards the end of my, I guess you could say, streak of videos or whatever, in I think the end of April, I had posted a video, I think in December. One of the last videos I remember was of me saying that, I was gonna take my permit test, and that I was really hyped, but nervous for it. Obviously, if you look at the title up above, you'll know that this is a story about the time I crashed my car, and if I crashed my car, I obviously got my permit test over and done with, and I got my driver's test as well done. As far as the permit test goes, the post-permit test video, I don't believe I posted that. Didn't get farther than Sony Vegas. As far as the driver's license or passing my driver's test goes, I doubt I uploaded that either, or really I'm 100% sure I didn't upload that either, because that was in June, and you guys know I stopped uploading around May or April. I passed both those things. I got a job. I was making my money, living my life, but really, what was the part of getting a license if I wouldn't have my own car? Basically, it was like the last piece of the puzzle for me to get my, I guess, independence and do my own thing, like, any 17-18-year-old kid would do right out of high school. We were looking for a car. One of the things I learned was I'm a really picky, or at the time I was a really picky person. It mattered to me what kind of car I got, depending on the looks, and it's way past the point that I'm just a car person, that I like cars. I wasn't looking for like a Ferrari, obviously, because that wasn't gonna happen, but I was looking for a nice car, that I'd like to drive, that I'd be happy to drive. Basically, at the time, I was a kid that wouldn't take I'll take something with 4 wheels and that could take me from point A to point B. I just settled for a 2007 Nissan Maxima. These cars, if you don't know what they look like, I'm pretty sure I'll just slap a picture up here. And they're nice cars, they're good on gas. They could fit a lot of people in the car. The trunk is humongous, so if you couldn't fit 5 people in a car, 6 people in the front, you could put like 2 bodies in the back. It was just a nice car. I was happy with the car. I got it from a family friend that was more than willing to give us a car due to it not having a transmission and a couple of other parts being broken. He just basically wanted to give it to us, I guess, as a gift for my graduation, and he just didn't want it anymore because he just went out and got himself a new car. I took it to our mechanic, and we left it there for him to inspect it, give us a list for the things that we would need. We just basically got the pieces. The guy said that it would take maybe a couple of weeks for him to get it back to us. So the time came, I got my car. I remember like it was yesterday. I was just really hyped. I drove my car from, I believe it was July 20 something to August. Basically, that's when I had my accident. Previously, I had been warned plenty of times by the previous owner of the car that it was fast, that I'd have to take it easy with it. The wheel was sensitive, just a whole bunch of things that, a kid that is, getting a car, it just goes right over his head. And it's not even intentional. It was just that I couldn't pay attention. I was so focused on driving the thing. And one day I was at work and I had received a text from, I believe, my mom, and she wanted me to go get the groceries or a couple of things due to me working in a supermarket now. She said, just drop it off home, take the dog out, and you're home free. You can do whatever you want. So I did as she said, picked up the things, and I made my way home, put the dog out, dropped the food off, cleaned out my car a little bit. Also, since I was working at a supermarket, I get free plastic bags, which isn't a huge bonus, but you don't have to go looking for like a trash bag or something to throw it in. You just snag a couple bags from your job and you just throw garbage out. And really, I don't even think it was that hot of a day to begin with, so I had the windows down and the sunroof open. I pulled out of my house. I had to go deposit one of those big checks that I got from my new job. I pulled out of my driveway, made a left, stopped at the stop sign, put on some sunglasses, and I made the left off the stop sign. The road I'm going down, it wasn't flat, it was like a downward slope, and the road, instead of it being like completely straight, I have to say about halfway through, there's like a little bend in it, and since I've gone down that road plenty of times, I knew that there was a bend in it. I anticipated it being a little bit farther down the road, and there was a bag in my back seat that started flying around uncontrollably, and I wanted to avoid it from exiting the car through one of the windows. Since I thought I had more time than I did, I decided to turn around quickly, grab the bag, and I tried to turn around to not grab the wheel again, but focus my eyes on the road. But by the time I had done that, it was too late, and the car basically it just hit a rock and flipped on its side. So all I heard was the noise. Next thing I know, I'm on my side. The car is just, grinding the door. I'm like, oh my God, this is terrible. But at the time I was like, you know what? It's easy. I just get out of the car now that it's on its side, and I just flip it back over and act like nothing happened. I'm gonna flip this. I don't know how much those cars weigh, but it's probably close to a ton, if not more. And I was like, I'll just pop it on its wheels and we're good to go. As soon as that thought came in my head, it went right out because the car flipped completely over and basically the wheels were up in the air. It was grinding the top of the car against the asphalt. At this point, a couple things went through my head. When am I going to stop rolling? I hope no one's coming up the hill. What are my parents going to say? When the car came to a stop, I knew that I had to do some things, which was get out of the car and get as far away from it as I could. I had to get myself out of the seatbelt and I had to be careful that there was glass on the floor due to the windshield breaking. And quickly, I think the smartest thing I did that day was putting these sunglasses on. I didn't really intentionally mean to do it, but due to me putting them on, I was able to save my eyes, and the glass really didn't hit my eyes and all that. When I had taken the seatbelt off, my body just dropped onto the floor. It was like, it's a feeling I'll never forget, just like the pull of gravity just pulling me towards the ground, and just the whole thing. Basically crawled out of the car. A lady had heard the accident. She was going ballistic. She's like, is anyone in the car? She asked me 3 times and I said no. I was just shaken up. I wasn't really hurt. I didn't get hurt at all from it. And she just tried to crawl in there. She started like gassing the whole thing, saying, oh, it smells like fuel and this car is gonna explode, and a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff that wasn't happening. And basically the police arrived. I didn't know what to tell them. I was scared for my life. I was like, holy crap, what's my dad gonna say? What damage did I just do? When I'd gotten out of the car, I noticed that the garbage can was tipped over. I had taken a rock out of the ground, and a whole bunch of other things. Basically, we just waited for the towing people to arrive to take the car away and flip it back over. My dad arrived and all that. I was super shaken up from the experience. It really didn't affect me even till today. If there was some physical damage done to my body, I would definitely remember it, but honestly, it felt like a bad dream at the most. But the funny thing is that when the cops were taking my information and all that, I'd been practicing for soccer, and I was, with my equipment in the back, and like 2 of my soccer balls came flying out of the car, and my cleats and all that. So these guys were just waiting for the towing company, and they were just like kicking around the soccer ball, like trying to do tricks and all that. I was just there like, what the hell? Like, what am I gonna do? Yeah, it's pretty much the time that I crashed my car. I guess I included pictures already. If not, I'll do them right now. And yeah, I'm just really grateful to be alive. It definitely made me look at life in a different perspective, how quickly it could go. And I don't mean to get all sentimental and teary and mushy and all that like that on you guys, but it definitely taught me something, and I hope it teaches you guys something too, that don't take your life for granted. Do what you want to do, because you never know when you're gonna go, and it could just happen in a blink of an eye. Also, don't speed and like keep your seatbelt down, because if I didn't have my seatbelt on, a bunch of things could have happened. I could have went out the front windshield due to gravity pulling me upside down towards the ground, and my car being flipped over and the sunroof being open. It could have literally just put my head through the window, would have smashed it against the ground, and since my body weight's now on my head, probably would have broken something. If not, I probably would have gotten my head like smashed between like the car and the floor. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll try to pump out another one tomorrow, if not the day after. I'm thinking of what order I want to put these stories in, because I want to make everything make sense. But yeah, hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care. Darling, just hold on.